record. Here we go. All right, great. Okay, so starting over, so we're recording this. Whatever you type in that R chunk, if you click on that little green triangle over there, that's going to run the chunk. So you'll get to see what the output is, okay? All right, but let's go over, you see where it says global environment over in the right-hand pane over there? Okay, see where it says present down in your list?
Yeah.
Everything you need to answer the question is, almost everything is right there, okay? Because they want to know what are the dimensions of the data frame and what are the variables and the column names, okay? So the dimensions, we got that, it's 63 by 3. There are 63 observations, right? Okay, and there are 3 variables. And what you did was cool. Go back up and click on present in the pane that you were just at, okay? No, yeah, that's fine, that works. And now you can see the 3 variables. The variables are year, boys, and girls. Okay, so yeah, go back to here, all right? So, oh yeah, leave your present, no, hang on, leave present $ years in there. Don't lose that, okay, leave that in there. Okay, now get out of there, go below those 3 tick marks. We don't wanna be in there anymore. So cursor down, don't worry about those numbers. Yeah, just anywhere below there, keep going, there you go, all right. So now type, the dimensions are 63 by 3. The variables are year, I think it's year, boys, girls. Okay, so if you're inside, scroll back up for me for a minute so you can see. If you're inside between those 3 little tick marks, right, that are up here and then they're down here, right? Anything that's between those 2 delimiters is when it sees it, it's gonna go, oh, you want me to execute something. You want me to run some code. And so if you put text in there, it totally freaks out.
Oh, that's what I did wrong.
It just goes, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you meant, okay? So your answers, right, what you want to type up, those have to be outside of that. They can't be inside of the delimiters, all right? So scroll back up, make sure we answered it all. Let's make sure we got everything in there. So let's see, we got, not too far. Okay, so we got the dimensions, what years are included in the data set. Well, you gave the years, so you've answered that. What are the dimensions? You gave that. What are the, yeah, okay, you're good to go, right? So we've answered that one. Let's go down to the next one. So how do these counts compare to our Buth-Knots? Are they on a similar scale? Okay, now we have to be careful here. Scroll back up for me just a minute. This is kind of a little bit of a trickiness here. Keep going all the way to the very top. Okay, see that source command right there? What that source command did is it put the present data into the file when you were compiling it. If we don't go back to the lab and grab that same command that we did at the very beginning of the lab to get our Buth-Knots data and put it in there, when we go to compile it, it's going to freak out again because it won't know where to find our Buth-Knots data, okay? So with that said, scroll back down and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do for this for number 2, okay? We're going to make it really easy. So they want to know, how do these counts compare to our Buth-Knots? Are they on similar scale? So just to make it simple, type in the word head and then go parentheses and put in present. And then execute that. Go ahead and run the code. Go ahead and click the little green. Now you got it. Yeah, you got to go back. Come back up. There you go. Okay, now go click on the little green guy on the side. And so what that does is it gives us the first 6 rows of the present data. Okay. So now go back up. Yeah, where your cursor is at. Hit a return for me. And put tail present in there. Okay, and go ahead and run that.
Narrow?
Yeah. Did we spell something wrong there? Why is it freaking out? It shouldn't have freaked out. Oh, maybe it's just not showing it to us. It's not freaking out. Well, we'll find out when we knit it. So the thing to notice here is what head did is gave us the first 6. What tail did gave us the last 6. So we don't want to spew out onto our homework all 63 rows of it. I mean, think the next lab we're going to do is with CDC data, and there's 20,000 entries in it. We're not going to want, yeah, that's going to be insane. So we want to get used to just looking at little pieces of it. So what you see, I don't know if you remember our Buth-Knots, it was like in the thousands. These are in the millions. So that's really what they're asking you about here. They want you to compare the two of them. So outside of our lower 3 tick marks now, you would say something along the lines like, wow, you know, our Arbuthnot was in the thousands, the presence is in the millions. It's a totally different number. The scale of it is much larger. You have a lot more kids. Okay, can I let you do that one on your own later? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Let's go down and do the plot because we want to make sure we get the plot taken care of, all right? So type in there the word plot for me. You type like me, I like that. Okay, so now what we got to do is we got to tell it what the X's are, we got to tell it what the Y's are. Okay, so in our data frame, go back and click on the present up there for me so we can see the actual variables for a minute. Yeah, that's perfect. You click up there. Okay, so looking in our data frame, you look at the columns, right? You got year, you got boys, you got girls, right? All of those are contained in the spreadsheet named present. So if you want to get a single column out of there, you got to tell it two things. You got to tell it, I want the spreadsheet or the data frame, that's what they call it in R. I want the data frame present, and then I want this particular variable out of that data frame, okay? And the way you do that is you give it the name of the data frame first, which is present, then you put a $sign in, that's the delimiter, and then you put in the variable you want. So come back, yeah, you're on it. Go ahead and click us back over to get to your plot. So the first variable we want is year. So what would you type in?
Y or X?
I want the X, but what is the X variable? There you go. What's it equal to?
Year?
Yeah, you're all over it. What are you telling me that you don't understand this? You totally got this, all right? Okay, comma. All right, cool. All right, now they wanted we're going to do a little arithmetic inside of here because what they wanted was proportions. Well, proportions, those are ratios. Those are one number divided by another, right? And so they wanted the proportions of boys to girls, right? So make a plot to display the boy to girl ratio. Let's go back up to that because that's what we're talking about. So you want the boy to girl ratio. So boys are going to be in the numerator. So you're going to go present, $sign boys. And by the way, when you see the little blue box open up, if you hit a tab, it'll autocomplete for you.
Oh.
You don't have to type the rest of it in. Okay, now put in a slash for division.
Oh, and then divided by girls.
You got it. Yeah, see, I'll go back. I want you to do the tab so you can see how that works. Back up again. All right, see, now just hit, now tab. See, and it'll automatically fill it in for you. That helps a lot. Sometimes when there's complicated variable names, you want that to happen. Okay, click on for now, go ahead and go with that and click on the run. Let's go see what it looks like. Ah, so pretty. So pretty, but it's not quite right. It's okay. If you gave me this, I would totally give you full, yeah, they want lines, right? Remember from the lab, they did lines. So let's go back up to our plot command. So let's go back inside the parenthesis one over, there you go. Okay, so comma, and you're gonna go type equals, and then in quotations, you put an L, a lowercase L. Okay, and then we're gonna guess, we're gonna make it pretty. So put another comma in there. And we're gonna go xlab. So type, yeah, xlab equals, and now open a quote and put year. Okay, then go over and make a comma. Wait, I'm sorry, you gotta get out of the quote first. No, you got it, just type year, and now get out there, now put a comma, that's perfect. Okay, and then ylab.
Oh, right, and then
quote, and then boy-girl ratio. Okay, one more comma, because we're gonna make it pretty. COL for color equals, no, color, it's an equals in this. Color equals, no, it says COL, you don't put the whole word in, it's weird.
Oh,
so, yeah, equal, no, not parentheses, we gotta put it equals, and then we gotta put a parenthesis in, or not parenthesis, quotation. So equals, so type an equals in.
But which colors is
No, the one you got's fine. Just COL is good. That's all you need. Equals, and now put it in a quotation. And put blue. Okay, now close the parenthesis and then run it. Oh my God. I'm getting teary-eyed. It's so pretty. It's so awesome. Okay, now, if you want, there's one more thing you could add into there, Jessica, on that command, and it's the main command. You put main, you put an equals, you put in the quotes, and that puts a title on the top of your graph. So if you want to just call it, lab 0 problem 3 or whatever you wanted, and give it a name, you can totally give it a name. The cool thing about that is it's starting to get you to think more professional. So if you took this stuff in your next class where you had to analyze data, you want to be able to take these graphs and put them into whatever document you're making. All right, let's see if this thing knits. Go ahead and click on knit for me, please. Click on the knitter and let's see if it actually flies. It's the little ball of yarn with the knitting needles on it. Keep it, there you go, right there. So just click on that, and if the gods are with us, it's going to knit.
Cool. Is that it?
I don't know. It should be giving us a file here. Let's give it a second and see what happens. Click on down below where it says console. Click on R Markdown for me down below. Down in your console, there's 2 panes down there now. Go and click on that one for the tab.
Okay.
Yeah, go to the bottom. Let's see what it says.
Do you see this right here or no? This assignment 1.
I can't see anything but your yeah.
You clicked on only RStudio. Maybe you can't see it, but I see.
Did you get an HTML file?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then it worked. So here, I want one more thing before I take another question from somebody else. I want you to click on that. Go back over to the knitting ball for me again, and click on the little arrow tab just to the right of it. So, yeah, I don't want you to knit it again. I want you to, yeah, okay, now go down and click knit to Word.
Oh.
You're right there. Go in that pull down, the drop down. Click on knit to Word. Do you have Word in your machine? We're going to find out.
Wait, yes, I do. Yeah, I do. Okay.
So it should be opening up in Microsoft Word now.
Mm-hmm. Do you want that or
HTML? No, I don't. I just wanted to show you that. So like when you're taking another class and you have to make a graph to go into your paper or something, you can totally use R to make the graph and then dump it out into a Word document and then go finish the rest of your paper.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, so now you just got to go finish the rest of the homework problems for me. Have you done those yet?
No.
Okay, well, let's see. What time is it? 8:11. You got plenty of time, right?
How do I get out of this thing?
Out of R?
Out of the video conference.
Okay, so you have in the lower right, it should say end meeting for you. Okay, she found it. Okay, who's next? Who needs some help? Stella, you came in next. Do you need any help?
I think I'm good. I think most of her questions were my questions too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that made sense what we were doing?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice, nice.
Yep.
That's good to hear. Stacy, have you got some questions for me?
Yeah, I just joined in. I'm sorry about that.
No, not a problem. So what do you need help with?
With plotting, actually. I'm having a hard time plotting.
Okay, so if you scroll down, you should, in the pane that you're looking in right now, you should see a button that says share screen.
Okay.
Okay, click on that for me.
Okay.
Okay, and so one of the options should be in there, should be desktop or RStudio if you got it up and running.
Do you want me to go ahead and do
go ahead and do that so we can see, so that we can look at your RStudio. That'll help.
Okay, great.
So what happened to Noah? Did Noah drop out again? Yeah, he must have dropped out again. Noah's got a bad internet connection. Last time he was on, he kept dropping out every minute or so.
Okay.
So is it starting to share yet?
Yeah, it's slowly coming up.
Okay, because I'm not seeing it on my end yet.
Okay, it just came up. I don't know if you can see it. There he is. Okay.
No, it's not showing on my side. Which one did you click when you clicked? Did you click desktop?
Let's see. Yeah, I did, and it didn't. There it goes.
Or if you have RStudio open, you can click on it'll share just a window if you want. You say just share for me RStudio.
Okay, I'm not sure from RStudio.
Do you have RStudio running yet? So
Yeah, it's in the back. It's in the background though. So I don't know.
okay, well, when you do that share, right?
Oh, there
It
you
gives
are. Okay.
there. You see, it gives you all. If you look at all the different screens, like one of mine options, like here, I'll share for just a minute so you can see. So you see now how it's just sharing my RStudio.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's what you want to do. Okay, I'll stop sharing so you can, because it only lets us do one at a time.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing is, I minimized you, so maybe.
Oh,
there.
that yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. Okay.
Yeah, don't do that
Okay.
because
Okay, there you are. Okay. Not available. Sure. It's saying options are not available.
really. Maybe
But I
your
have.
maybe something's locked down in your operating system to not allow it. I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me share mine,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and then maybe we can make it work from that. Okay,
Okay.
and if not, then we'll try again with yours. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So which one of these are you having trouble with? Did you get the first one yet? Number one.
Let's see. Okay, so on the homework question or the.
The lab. I'm assuming everybody's having trouble
Okay.
with the lab because that's if I'm wrong about that, let me know but
No,
that's
you're right.
all the questions have been about the lab so far. So
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Okay, and what was your question again? I'm sorry, I was looking at what you have.
no problem. I just wanted to know is how about number one on the lab? How did you do with that? Did you know how to figure out the years included, the dimensions of the data frame, and what variables were in the data frame present?
Yeah, no, yeah, I was able to get that part. I just didn't get the number 3. So yeah, it's the number
It's
3.
just the plot. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So they want us to make a plot that displays the boy to girl ratio, right?
Right.
Okay. So we're going to come over here into this chunk and we're going to type plot, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So now we got to put in the X variable. So let's see if it's boy to girl ratio for every year. So the years, that's going to be our X variable. So what's really important, here, let's come over, click on present for just a moment so you can see it. What's important is that you realize that the data frame's name is present, and then within it there are 3 variables, year, boys, and girls. And so when I go to tell R where I want it to find the data, I got to give it, first of all, the name of the data frame. I got to tell it where to go find, it's like the spreadsheet. The data frame and a spreadsheet are really the same thing. It's like the name of the spreadsheet, okay?
Right.
And then go, what is the name of the variable within that I want? So it's a 2-step sort of command. So I want to go into the data frame present, because that's where the variables live, right? And then to tell it to get the variable I want, I'm going to put in the $sign, and then it'll give me an autocomplete. It'll ask you which of the 3 variables do you want. And if I just hit the tab key, it'll automatically put year in for me.
That's what, okay.
Right, so now, no, go ahead.
So I was trying to figure out because when you say tab key, because I do the tab key, and I don't know if maybe because the tab key is not working for me. I don't know.
Then type it in worst case, okay?
Okay.
If the autocomplete doesn't work, don't worry about it. Just type it in.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay.
Yeah. And then so we're going to go y equals. All right, now we want to do the boy to girl ratio. So I got to go, okay, I got to go present. And then I got to go, let's see, I need the boys are going to be in the numerator, not bots, boys, all right? And then I'm going to go / for the division because it's a ratio, right? See, they asked for the boy to girl ratio, right? There was a problem in our Buthnuts data that was just like this. But then they went on and they did something different, and then they asked this question. I think a lot of people got confused because they were thinking they wanted something different, but they're really asking for the earlier stuff where they just worked with the ratios. So then go present again, and then $sign girls. Okay, so if I go over here to the little green arrow will run the current line of our code for me. So if I click on that, oh, if I could type, my life would be so much better. There we go. Let's try that again. Now it'll work. Okay, and I should get a graph that looks something like that. So Stacy, did yours come out looking like that?
No, it didn't. Yeah, that's what. Because I noticed on like line 32, you have the parentheses and then R.
Yes.
So that has to be there first before you put the plot in?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Let me go through that with you. Okay. So
Yeah, that's where I get confused. That's
okay,
the part
this
where.
this thing right here, right?
Mhm.
That's what's called, it's an opening of a chunk. And chunks in our world, what they are is they're pieces of our code that we intersperse within our text.
Okay.
Okay. And so that opens the chunk, and then the 3 tick marks down here close the chunk. Now the cool thing is, I'm gonna come down to line 36 for a moment. If I
Okay.
click over here on this insert button
Right.
and I go R, it automatically puts those in for me. I don't have to type them in every time.
Okay. So you do that before you do the plot, though? That's what you're
Yes,
saying?
yes.
Before
The plot command has to reside between the open the chunk and the close chunk.
and the close. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
it has to reside between those two. Okay.
Okay. And then
What
that's when you're saying when do you push the arrow, the green arrow button?
once I finished typing all my stuff in, right? Once I got my command entered in there,
Okay.
what's highlighted in the blue right now is what you were doing on the console. It's the same
Okay.
sort of command. Okay. So
Right.
anything that you would have done in the console, you have to trap in an R chunk.
Okay.
It's got to have the upper delimiter and the lower delimiter, and that upper and lower delimiter say, oh, I don't want you to make text right now. I want you to go off and go talk to R for a minute and execute this code for me.
Okay.
And so everything outside of that, like all of this stuff, right? All of this stuff that I'm highlighting, all this is not in a chunk. That's just text. And when I knit it, it's going to turn that into text for me.
Okay.
So let me show you what happens when I knit it real quick. So
Okay.
if I click here on the knitter, can you see that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so take a look. Everything that I had in a chunk, look how you see how it's in these gray boxes. Is that making sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so all the chunk stuff gets put in, but look, here's the text. See all the text? That's separate from it. Oh, but look, it made my graph, right? And it put it right in the document for me, which is really cool, actually. So when you go to do plot, when you go to do any sort of R command at all, inside of your RMD, inside of your homework, okay, it's got to be inside of the chunk.
Both of them. Okay. And then, okay, so are you putting insert twice though, or just once?
Just once.
Just once.
Just once. And then all your code goes in there. So the template had I inserted the chunks for you on this one. All the future templates won't have the chunks in there. You got to put them in when you need them,
Right.
where you want them. So the first one, because the textbook problems, there really isn't any R code that you need to put in. You can just, that's all just typing.
Okay. Okay. And then my next question is, I know on when you have the example 1.1 in there, and then 1.2, it just says ABC. So I'm not sure if you just want us to repeat what we did in 1.1.
No, yeah, 1.1 was just there as an example.
Okay. Right.
So that you could see the first exercise is done for you with some of the formatting capabilities of RStudio. It was just so that you had an example of what it is that you're supposed to be putting in. So, I mean, if you go into the textbook and you find, let me go ahead and I'll quit sharing RStudio for a moment.
Okay.
And let me share the textbook with you. So let's see if it's going to let me go across windows here. No, okay, hang on just a second. I have 2 monitors going on, and I got the textbook open in a second monitor, and
Okay.
it's not going to let me share anything from the second monitor. It looks
Okay.
like. So give me just a second here. Oh, wait a minute. No, I take that back. Never mind. I see it now. Desktop 2. There we go. It'll let me share desktop 2. Okay. All right. So you should be seeing now the textbook. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So if you scroll down to the bottom of the textbook, bottom of chapter 1, that is.
Yeah. I have a book with me, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good. Good. How much did they get you for the book delivered?
15. It was, yeah.
Nice.
$15.
Nice. Yeah. Delivered $15. That's excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Cool. Well, you could have got the color one. It was on sale.
Oh, I'm just glad I got a book.
Yeah, exactly. Noah, you're back. I see you sort of kind of hiding in there.
Yeah.
I'll get to you here in just a second. Stacy, I'm going to finish up. So, okay, so 1.2. So it's a very similar problem to 1.1, right?
Right.
Okay, but part A is what percent of patients in the treatment group experienced significant improvement in their symptoms. This is antibiotic treatments and acute sinusitis with symptomatic treatments randomly assigned to 166 adults, okay? So 1.2 is very similar to 1.1. You just got to go into that data table and you got to form the proper ratios that they're asking for and type it up and give me the answers, okay?
Okay.
Did you get through the reading yet? Because if you did the reading,
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah.
Good. Good. So then these problems should seem pretty straightforward. They're pretty much straight out of the reading. So
Okay.
then when you get your answer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you get your answer, then you're going to come back over here into our studio, and you're going to type up your answer right here. The ratio is blah blah blah. Okay.
Okay.
Is that making sense?
Yeah, I was just I know this sounds weird, but so I was just confused. So on the answer the problem, so we're doing the guided practice on these on the 1.2, or am I? That's
No.
what we're.
Nope. Those go in your notes. Guided practice go in your reference book. All this goes in here are the exercises.
The exercises. Okay.
Just the exercises, right? Exactly. And the exercises, they're the textbook problems, and you're starting on, let's see, what page is this? Page 55.
Oh, okay. You're starting on page 55? Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. So
Yeah, take a look at page 55 is where the first homework problem begins.
Okay. I guess I've been, so 1.9. Okay, that's where I'm, okay.
Does it make it more sense now?
Yeah, that does. I was on the wrong page. That's the whole, okay.
Yeah, you're trying to do the samples and the guided.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, don't do those. Well, I do want you to do the guided exercises, but I want.
Yeah, I did. Right.
Those are supposed to go into your reference book, so that when you take a quiz or you take the midterm or you take the final, you can look in that reference book and go, oh, but I know how to do one of these because I have one right here that looks just like this.
Okay. Okay, that helps a lot. Now I now realize where I'm at. So.
Okay, that's excellent. Good news.
Great. Okay.
Cool. Okay, anything else I can help you with?
No, that gets me off on a great start. So.
Perfect. Okay, do me a favor, Stacy.
Yeah.
Post don't be embarrassed about this because you know if you had that question, other people did. So in the Q&A forum, would you mind going in and saying, by the way, the homework starts at page 55.
Right. Good information.
So just in case you were wondering, start
Right.
at page 55.
Okay.
That would be awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for help.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Noah, what's up? Can I help you, bud? I can't see you, but I will hopefully hear you.
You can't see me?
Well, it's a little dark in your room, but it's okay. It's all good. So what are you working on?
So I'm trying to get to the first part where the open intro statistic thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Well, there's a lot of open intro things, so you got to be a little more specific for me. Are you talking about from the web page? Should I go to the web page?
The first part where we're supposed from our home thing, like the module.
From the module.
Right,
okay.
when you,
all right. Hang on. Let me go there. And let's see if you can help me out. Let's go to the module. So
2.5.
2.5. Okay. Yeah. So this is the very first part of the module is 2.1. So you did all this, right? You did the reading, watch the videos.
Mine didn't look like that.
Okay. Hang on. Let's go back. Go back to 2.1 for me.
How do I get out of this?
Just click on modules.
I don't know how to get out of the video chat part.
All right. Well, here, let me show you. Okay. And then I'll make it go away so it'll be smaller for you. Okay. So when you come in here, every module is going to be the same way. Okay. You're going to come in. The first thing you're going to run into is what's referred to as a content page. And it's the, what is it that I need to be reading? What does I need to be watching in terms of videos? What do I need to be writing up in my reference book to get ready to do this module? So the first thing you're going to get is a list of things that we're going to learn in this particular module. And this one, there were 10 items. And so what you're supposed to do for me is, if you want to, like, I gave you some options to do electronically, like with OneNote or other things, but I need these objectives. They got to go into your notebook, and you got to put in some space in there so you know what they are by the end of by the end of the module. You're supposed to be able to define what is meant by a summary statistic of a single number summarizing data from a sample. You're supposed to know what that means, okay? All right, so how are you going to know what that means? Well, you're going to go do the reading. And so you click on the reading tab, and it tells you what the reading assignment is. And if you click on this, it actually goes and opens up that part of the book for you. So if you don't have paper, if you're still using an ebook, it'll just go open that section of the book for you, okay? And then when you get done with that, with the reading, or while you're reading, because there's these icons that look like this right here in the reading, which means you're supposed to go and watch a video. And so then here, I've put links to all the videos right here for you to watch. But if you're using, let me come over here and show you the book. If you're using e-copy of the book, when you come across one of those icons and click on it, it'll take you straight to the movie, right out of the book, if you're using e-copy, okay? Obviously, if you touch it on the paper copy, it's not going to do you any good. All right. So no, did you do any of that yet?
No, I was just trying to do the 2.5 part.
Yeah, well, 2.5 is going to be kind of tough if you haven't read the section.
Yeah, I was just trying to get it into the what is it, the data, or the R Studio.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll kickstart you on that and get you moving on it, but you got to go back and do the reading, or you're kind of wasting your time, because none of this is going to make any sense. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, see, did you take the reading quiz?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you just do it by guess and check, but keep taking it until you finally got the right answer?
No, I've taken a stats class before,
Okay.
so I know like a little bit of the concepts and stuff.
Okay.
But I took it in high school, but
Okay.
I just can't figure out the R Studio part of it.
Okay. All right. So from 2.5, right? From 2.5,
Yeah.
if you click on Lab 0,
Uh-huh.
that opens up this document, which is the actual lab that you're supposed to be working, okay?
Mhm.
So have you started any of this part yet?
Yeah. When you go up to go up a little bit, that the source part right there.
Yeah, this guy, right?
Yeah, we typed that in, right?
Well, you can type it in if you want to, but you'd be a much better typer than I. What you do is you highlight it and you copy it.
Yeah, my I don't know why, but it wouldn't let me when I pressed the right bar to paste it into the other part, it wouldn't let me. So I typed it all out, but when I type it out, there's it just comes up in like the exact same writing, but nothing ever comes up from it.
Did you do it down here in the console? Because during the first part of the lab, you're supposed to be doing everything down here in the console. So you're supposed to come in here and then paste that command in and then run it. And then over here, over the data side, you should actually see the data. It should come up.
I typed it in the upper part, the top left.
Okay, so let's go back over to here. Okay, did you watch this video yet?
No, I just clicked straight on the link to the Lab 0 part.
Okay, so Noah,
Uh-huh.
the video tells you how to do the lab.
Oh, I didn't even see the little tab to the video.
Noah, what does it say right there?
Video for Lab 0.
That's so hidden, man.
I just clicked straight from when I was reading the part. the link to the zero. I just clicked straight from that, and I didn't click much past that.
Yeah, I got a feeling there's kind of a pattern building here. Read the book. I don't need to do that. Watch the video. I don't need to do that.
All right, I'll watch the video.
I think you should watch the video, Noah. I don't mean to give you a bad time, but it's kind of funny. I'm sorry. All right, so
Yeah.
so then if you click here, right? Okay, that's the there's a video there that shows you actually how to type it up.
All right.
There's an R Markdown video that shows. So it shows you how to do the actual thing, and then that's the thing you're talking about is this thing, right? And that's the assignment 1 template. And when you open that up, that's after, see all of this, all the first part of this lab. Let me go back for a moment here for you. All the first part of this lab, you're supposed to do that in the console, not actually typing it up there in the upper part. So you come over here and you take these commands, right? And you take those and you just basically, and I show you this in the video, you just have to copy them out of the HTML and you come back over to here and you put them into the console and there you go. And it executes them.
Okay.
All right, so
All right.
let me tell you something about the console. The console is like having a chat with R. You type something in and it'll give you an answer back. It's like working with a calculator, okay? And so the first part of it, all of that you're just learning, so you should have the video running in one window and this open in another window, and you're watching the video and you're playing along, you know, so you're checking, okay, do this next, do this. So the video pretty much leads you through all the way until you get down to the bottom, and all of the problems in here, all of these guys, right, are supposed to get you ready to do the first 3 problems in the video. Or in the on your own, because those are the only ones I'm assigning. I'm not making you do the 4th one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You just got to do those 3. And so those 3, they're all right here in the template ready to go.
Okay.
Okay, so start off watching those videos, and then if you got more questions, go ahead and post them to the Q&A forum, okay? And see if you can do it. And then I recorded everything that I've done here. So if you get stuck, it's very likely you got stuck in the same place that the people who were on earlier, all right? And so if this video is going to be available to you when we hang up here, and so you can come back and look at this and go, well, how the hell did they do that plot command again, all right? And so you can watch that and see what they did, all right?
All right.
Is that better?
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right. So if you don't know anything about it, I'm going to go get a cup of tea.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, though. You have a good evening.
You too.